Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, March 13th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I tune into the passion behind my story on purpose. And I have to say, even though there are some challenges in this energy, there's something about it I really love, and I kind of feel a fire building and a sense of excitement. And what I think that is this Venus, Saturn, Lilith energy that we have going on. So we have Venus square Saturn and conjunct Saturn, hanging out with Saturn. We have Lilith. Now, if you remember, Lilith was hanging out with Saturn maybe like a month ago and really bringing to light those lessons of the Shakti energy rising within us, really listening to our intuition, honoring the yin energy that does rise and help guide us into our next level of energy, into our next level of consciousness. You can't have consciousness which is really connected to yang energy coming in this way. You cannot have consciousness without the meeting of the yin, the meeting of your own internal passion, your own internal creativity, your own internal intuition. Without either one, what I see right now is like energies that are firing at each other and kind of going in different directions, and you'll be pulled in multiple directions, and you will be so unsure where to go. Rather, yes, that is confirmation right there. Rather than these energies coming in and aligning and firing up your heart and letting that drive you and move you forward. That is the goal. So, Shakti, passion energy is on the rise, and it is part of our personal responsibility today. So, Venus square Saturn. I talked about this yesterday. It really is about digging in, taking that responsibility for your love process, releasing the need for that outside affirmation, that need for the outside love. Now, I know we're not here to be an island. You know, we are here to support each other, to love each other, to be love and loved. However, we tend to rely on that, and we let that energy dictate our choices. Venus in Aries is ready to be independent. Venus in Aries is ready to say, I love myself. I know my passion from within, and I'm going to tune into that and let that drive me forward. Let that Shakti energy create this strong wave that pulls me forward into my destiny, into my purpose. Now, Saturn working through Capricorn. This is going to be another 2.5 years of this. We are shifting how we show up on purpose. We are shifting that need to have society lead us and tell us what our purpose is and how we should get to our purpose and, you know, how we should be living our purpose and, oh, no, that shouldn't be your purpose. There's a big shift that's going on. We're all working this on, you know, various levels depending on how it shows up in your chart. But this is a big piece of it. One of those quotes, I post it regularly because every time I read it, I'm like, yes. And it says, people are going to take your hand and they're going to be like, come this way, this is important, this is important, this is important. And you take your hand back and you place it on your heart and you say, no, this is important. This is important. This is the big lesson in and through this. What I love and what I feel is actually going to shift this energy a little bit. I think it's why I'm like, yeah, excited about it, is that Lilith energy, that Lilith conjunct Saturn, because I think Lilith is there schooling Saturn, being like, hey, you have been living this way. You have been living, not Saturn, but like you as the person have been living this way. You have been living according to these rules. Take the lesson of Lilith, who can go your own way. There's so many stories that society has created about Lilith. She's a demon. She takes children in the middle of the night, all of these things because she was willing to walk her own path. And I know there's many of us who are afraid to do that because we're afraid of those same kind of stories being created. Here's the thing. People are going to tell stories because people are bored and they're not focused on their own life. But if you take back your life and go your own way, listen to the primal beat of your own heart, you are not going to be going astray. You are going to be going exactly the right way. Tune into the passion beyond your story, beyond the story that you're telling. What is the passion that drives you? Tune into that on purpose, and that is going to drive you forward in and through this energy. What I love too about this energy is we start the day at 22, so we have that shift, that revolution, evolution energy, which is helping us shift in and through this to 23, which is that mental. And it is going to take some mental shifts in order to really work this process, to tune into that passion and to let that energy rise and guide you. So, work. But good work. Happy work, especially if you can tune into that passion. I had that moment today where I felt that shift and I was like, oh, there I am. Okay, good. Okay, I can do this. I've got this. I got this particular set of waves because there I am. There's my passion. There's my yin leading me, showing me how to take appropriate action. So the next thing, Venus is also, besides working with Saturn and Lilith, Venus is also connecting into the moon. We have the moon in Aquarius. And the moon in Aquarius also reminds us of vibrational energy, but that energy of being independent. There is something always independent about Aquarius energy. So that just feeds into the energy of, hey, you can go your own way in this. What is it that you need? How can you show up for yourself and in through this? That is going to be a really, really big shift. Remember, all of this is happening at 8, which is personal responsibility. How are you going to respond to these energies? How are you going to do right by you in and through these energies? It always comes back to you. We tell the stories, there are other characters involved in our stories, but it's always going to come back to you. All right, as the day goes on, the sun connecting to Jupiter retrograde, bringing up shadows. Oh, the universe is like, you are going to work. You are going to work. This may drive the feels. This is happening at 23. That is that mental energy. So your feelings are connected to what you are thinking about them. So again, what are you going to think about them? Tune into the passion behind the story that's coming up for you. There may be wounding coming up. We have another connection going on that, could tune us into some wounding going on. But if you can connect into that and keep driving yourself back into the passion behind your story, the passion for your purpose, that's going to be a shift for you. The moon in Aquarius connecting to Mercury, 11 degrees, Mercury in Aries. So that to me, that's going to be, again, one of those supports for us going in the direction of our passion. That 11 brings some healing. It tells us there's some good mirrors out there for us. But again, keep looking back on our side of the mirror. How does this relate back in and through you? That is going to be big shifts. There's big shift feelings in this, but you got to be willing to show up and work it. The final connection, like I said, today's a day of work. Even though I'm excited about it, I don't know why. There is a lot of work. We have Mars in Sagittarius square Chiron. Old wounds coming up. So we have all this focus on the yin energy, listening to the Shakti energy, listening to our passion, listening to our intuition. But we're going to have to do some work not to fight it. We have Mars square Chiron, Mars in Sagittarius. Mars in Sagittarius wants to take that action. We have been working on getting aligned. This also connects in with that passion energy. But then that square with Chiron, there are some wounds. There are some karmic wounds that are being finished up. This is 27 degrees. That's 9 energy. 9 tunes us into passion, but it also tunes us into completion energy. That's what I'm feeling with this. There are some karmic wounds around how we take action that are coming up. These are old patterns. They may be ancestral. They may be past life. But again, if we tune into that energy of Lilith, go your own way, you're going to be able to move through it. Tune into Lilith. Let your Shakti energy come in, let your consciousness connect here, and let your heart show you the way, guide you in and through this energy. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting your intuition. I pulled a card for myself today, and it was like the knowing beyond knowing. And it was talking about in the card, like, there are things you know and you don't really consciously know it, but there's a place in you that does know it. You have to listen to that and let that guide you. And I feel that very strongly in and through this. You have to listen to that and let that guide you. This is a major, expansive process. We are traveling. This isn't necessarily going on a trip, but it's like traveling, expanding in and through ourselves. We're coming into a new level of maturity. We have not yet grounded it in. It is still coming in, hence this card reversed. But trust, this is part of the expansive process that is going to ground that in. Your job, should you accept, is seeing the beauty in this. There may be frustrations with these squares, with the emotions that are coming up. Find the beauty, find the gifts, and I guarantee that the gifts are behind the work that you need to do to help shift yourself in and through this. All right, so 2 Miracle Now cards. Woo, flowing cards around. The qualities I dislike in others are disowned parts of my shadow. Like I said, there is work to do, and it may, with Venus, square Saturn, this may come through relationship. Turn your eyes back on you. The qualities I dislike in others are disowned parts of my shadow. Now remember, mirrors show up in funny ways. It's not always a direct reflection. You may be in a funhouse mirror, so if you don't understand it directly, if it's not just like, you know, a literal reflection of you, ask Spirit to show you, okay, I don't really understand what this mirror is. I don't really understand what this thing is in this. Please help me, and they will. And I love this as well. My happiness can be measured by the level of my faith in love. And I would take that to the next level, my faith in the love of myself, my faith in love that I have for myself, my faith in love that the universe has for me. Let that help guide you. Again, instead of putting it out on society or anybody else, bring it back to you. All this Aries energy keeps reminding us, right here, bring it back to you. I am. And we are finishing with a card. This card pulling this helped me get into this energy and get the energy mantra. Passion for purpose. Love, like life, flows through the heart. Feel the thrill of the flow and say nothing. Okay, this is a long one, so I'm going to have to pick and choose when I'm going to read through this. As we grow on the spiritual path, so too does our ability to serve life, to serve love, to honor humanity, and offer a contribution that is unique to us, that could only flow in this particular way through the quality of our own soul light. Every light holds its own beauty, and every light has a particular task to fulfill on the divine path of life. To help us remember this, lest we get too easily distracted by the pain and stress that happens in life, we were given an inbuilt reminder. That reminder is our passion. Yes. We may think that passion is not particularly practical. We may feel fearful that with passion there are no guarantees of success, or that we may even be throwing away a stable and secure life to pursue our passion. These are the fears of many a modern society, yet they are misplaced. Life supports all beings based on their true nature. Oh my God, that line. Life supports all beings based on their true nature. The birds are given air in which to fly, fish are given water to swim, plants are given light of the open plains or darkness of the damp rainforest, depending on the needs for growth. Different flowers flourish in different environments. Each aspect of creation is given what it requires so that it may become what it is meant to be for its unique destiny to be fulfilled. So it is with humanity. Each one of us has something in our hearts that means something to us. It is irrelevant whether it seems practical or the recipe for success or not. We are simply meant to be what we are, to serve life faithfully from a place of honoring the truth of our nature, that which we genuinely feel passionate about, and to allow for life to naturally support growth according to genuine nature. Oh, okay, keep reading. Where we get into this difficulty is not in bringing our genuine passions to life, for life supports them, but in learning to let go of attachments, to know how this happens. Oh, humans, we can struggle to free ourselves of the expectation we have to be something we are not. The divine path of love asks us to become conscious of and then unlearn the play acting of attempts to be a false self, so that we may simply learn to love and accept our real self. We may even have a struggle on our hands to remember who our real self actually is for a time. Fortunately, there is pleasure in the journey of returning to passion that can make the process of self-discovery a sweet one. Let's see. This oracle comes to you with guidance. You are being initiated more deeply into your life purpose. Your passion will reveal itself to you with more depth, nuance, and beauty than ever before. If parts of your life are dissembling or do not seem to be working out as you had planned, these are symptoms of passionate revelation. Be curious and open to what presents itself in the wake of falling away. Be ready for the journey within now. You are strong enough to leave behind the need for external validation whilst you learn to validate yourself. In time, soon enough, in fact, you shall reveal your innermost beauty and be witnessed, received, and acknowledged for your innate value, purpose, and divinity. But for now, sweet beloved, dive deep Be defiant and determined to honor your heart so your deep passion may be witnessed by you and eventually naturally make its way into the sacred expression in the world. If you have recently discovered a new talent or purpose, or you have been dreaming some big dreams, this oracle comes to you with guidance and confirmation. You are excited. Follow that excitement. Let it lead you into your own heart truth and onto an ever more passionate path of purposeful living. The sacred honoring ritual for this is sit with one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Say the following aloud. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, brother of my soul, guardian of my heart, help me witness, receive, and express the divine depths of my passionate purpose. With merciful grace, help me to know my life purpose and fulfill my unique divine destiny this lifetime. May I be gifted with the ability to consciously recognize the guiding hand of love on my journey, that I may serve the same hand through passion and purposeful existence. Surrendered into the greater passionate purpose of the universal heart. So be it. Sit quietly and imagine or intend that the energy from the universal heart of love is flowing in through the back of your heart now and circulating between your belly and your heart. Any excess or old energy flows out through the back of your hand as beautiful energy of love streams into your being. Stay with this gentle process for as long as it feels right for you. You may feel emotion, sexual energy, or nothing much at all. Whatever happens or does not appear to happen, it is perfect for you at this time. Trust. Let it be. All right. Work. There is some definite work in and through this energy, but this is how we rise. And this is part of the evolution process, and this is part of why we are here now, in this time. So, that is it for today. You can always book a reading, GaiaBlooming.com. And with that, I will say there is enough love in the world for you. There is so much love in the world for you, and the better it gets, the better it gets. Namaste.